2 months ago, I set out on a journey to develop a Japanese-English Minecraft language exchange community called the IQcommunity. This community is for those interested in learning Japanese or English by playing custom Minecraft games together. As of today, I've launched the official website and uploaded several videos on YouTube showcasing the development process to spread the word. To my surprise, 13 people have already signed up for the waitlist, which I'm very grateful for. But in order to make the IQcommunity successful, we need more people willing to participate. So today, I'm going to make some adjustments to the website so it can reach more people effectively.
皆さん、こんにちは。ロビンです。よろしくお願いします。Hello everyone, I'm Robin, and welcome to my channel. This is the IQcommunity.net website that I was working on in the last devlog, and it's proven to be very functional as we've got 13 people to sign up on the waitlist already, one of whom is definitely confirmed to be Japanese. Yatta! Currently, I'm in the marketing phase trying to get as many people on board as possible before the launch of the experiment, so that it becomes easier to schedule events. I desperately need way more native Japanese speakers to join to balance things out, otherwise it will not be much of a language exchange. That's why today I'm working on the website again, as right now it has a major flaw that prevents native Japanese speakers from finding it properly on search engines.
So what's the problem with the current implementation? The problem has to do with the fact that this page has got 2 languages present, and specifically 2 languages that are present in only one HTML file. The reason why this is considered bad is because this can confuse AI crawlers that visit my website and look at its content to put on their search engines. So when we look at the developer tools here on the right of our page, we can see that the language is currently set to English. However, when we scroll down to the body of the web page, we can see that both the English and the Japanese text are present, which is a bit confusing as on the top here we said that the page was set to English. Now I thought I could fix this issue by implementing a button, and when switching things, the language also changes of the HTML file. However, when we scroll down, we can see that the English text is still present within the Japanese HTML file now, which is still confusing. And one more thing that I did not take into account at all when building this website was that AI crawlers aren't going to press this button at all. They're just going to look at the default HTML file, which in this case is English. So they don't even know that there's a Japanese counterpart. Now, if you've never worked with designing websites before, it might be a bit confusing what I was trying to explain, so I've made this graphical overview, which hopefully will clear things up. So this is what I'm trying to achieve. We've got the IQcommunity HTML English page with the hero blog, which is in English, the information blog, which got some more English text, and the waitlist blog as well. And when we press the language switch button, what I want to happen is that the entire page is now set to Japanese and everything else on the page as well. However, my current implementation looks a little bit something like this. So by default, the language is set to English, and what the AI crawler sees is the following: the English text as well as the Japanese text. So yeah, it's pretty logical to see that this is considered bad practice. So what is the solution to this problem? Well, it's actually very simple. Use only one language per page, which means that I will need to have 2 pages. This is basically the standard best approach of doing things, which I did not do. So let's take a look at an example here, which will drive the point home. So this is the Hololive page, hololive.hololivepro.com. This is their Japanese version of the website. You can see everything over here. When we switch the page to English, wow, nothing has happened at all except for, oh wait, everything is now in English. And how was that done? Well, look at the URL. We are now at the hololive.hololivepro.com/en page. And I'm going to do something similar for my website as well, so let's crack on.
2 weeks later.
So 2 weeks have passed and I have finally implemented the separation of languages like I wanted to, but it took a long time since the idiot who designed the previous version of the website had no idea what he was doing. So I had to spend a bunch of time rewriting the code and implementing a bunch of new stuff as well to get things working. So let me show you now how it works. We are now on my local development website on the English version of the homepage, which still looks the same. And when we switch over to Japanese, the URL gets switched over to JA, and all of the text is now shown in Japanese too. So finally, we have now got 2 pages with only 1 language per page, which houses the same content. So the AIs will now be able to index my website a lot better and send the right people to the right version. Now, I won't go over all of the details of what I had to do in order to get things working, but here's a very short overview. My website uses the Wagtail content management system. I installed the Wagtail localized plugin to sync and translate pages to whatever language I want to, but I couldn't use it yet because my website was built dumbly. You see, the reason why my HTML file contained both Japanese and English was because all my custom blocks that I had built required I add both languages. But Wagtail Localize wants me to use only 1 language per block, so I had to simplify all of them, and in doing so, I fell into yet another rabbit hole, and I ended up fixing the entire mailing system too, so it could also utilize Wagtail Localize. So although visually nothing has changed, I have fixed my garbage code and made the foundations of the website a lot sturdier, making implementing new features a lot easier now. Now that my custom blocks have been updated and simplified to use only 1 language, it has become much easier for me to maintain the different versions of the website, because look at this. This is the English version of the website using the Wagtail page editor. And everything is just a lot more orderly and you can tell where everything is. And then when we go over to the pages sections, you will find another homepage, but this time in Japanese. And when I try to edit this, wow, we are greeted with Wagtail Localize, and the only thing that I have to do is to substitute the English text for its Japanese counterpart, and if I wish to change the images, then I can do that as well. And what's super handy is that I don't have to do any layout changes or change settings with the Japanese version of the homepage, since all of that will be synced up with the English counterpart, which makes my life a lot easier. Alright, I am finally done with all of the work, and of course it has taken me 3 weeks again to create this video, which has become a little bit of a pattern now, unfortunately. And I am so behind schedule, so I definitely won't make it in time to launch the IQ community in August. But I'll try my very best to launch it as soon as possible, so I have to really get things going now. But in the meantime, if you want to be a part of the community when it eventually launches, then feel free to sign up on the waitlist on IQcommunity.net and subscribe while you edit to stay up to date with all of the devlogs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye!